Alright, that's a part 2, and I'm sorry. I guess we're gonna have to keep these videos short, but I'll wrap this up. Anyway, the masculine sees that vulnerability as something new. They're very much not used to this feeling of what to do when the feminine is completely feminine and vulnerable. And although it tugs at their heartstrings and they like it, it also tugs at their heartstrings and they're not sure what to do with it. So we may have to be patient with them a little longer, divine feminines, and ask for them making a choice. I get the distinct impression that they've made their choices. Many of them have. In this group, like I feel a couple that feel like they've chosen to walk away. They've chosen to. But if it's done, it's done. Like there's their choices made. Just a couple. But in the vast majority of this energy, I feel like the men have made their choice. And there's like varying amounts of energy, but the majority of it is very much like, okay, this is what I want. I want to have this person in my life. But there's also this sense of, but this and this and this and this has to happen first. I want to be with my divine feminine. I want to be with somebody who is going to appreciate and love me and be there for me and have my 6. But at the same time, I have these things that I want to do first. And this person has to have these ducks in a row first. And so it's not that they haven't chosen you. It's just that they've chosen you with qualifiers, with conditions. Which makes me want to ask, I thought I was going to be done after that. Makes me want to ask God, do you have any advice to yourself? Whew. Didn't even get the question out. For the divine masculine and feminines, especially since twin flame energy is supposed to be about true love, but specifically unconditional love. So love isn't supposed to have conditions. But this is the advice card I got, the Chariot card. Keep moving forward. Just keep moving forward. I'm going to pull one more card. And I'm going to ask, it's a little more time specific, God. So let's get real specific. What do you, God, how do you see things between the divine masculine and the divine feminine from now until October 1st? From now until October 1st. Any advice, God, or messages for the divine feminine and the divine masculine from now until October 1st? Besides the Chariot and keeping it going forward. Oh, I hope you can see that with the glare of the sun. Sorry, I didn't think about that. Oops. Wheel of Fortune. Things should be looking up and taking a positive turn between now and October 1st for both the divine feminine and the divine masculine. Any other messages, God, before we close this out? Any other messages before we close this out? Or words of advice, God. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm getting a reminder, I guess, that for both the masculine and feminine, it's not about necessarily the amount of physical work, but the amount of spiritual work. Oh. Boy, as soon as I started talking, a whole bunch of cards fell out when nothing wanted to come out before. Okay. I have the Star card, which is usually indicative of hope for me, with the Eight of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles in reverse. But actually what I'm getting from this isn't just the Pentacles, it's the image on the card. The lovers in this card are happy, but there's someone off to the side who's plotting against their prosperity, who's, and I know, I'm not even sure it's intentional, but that it's hitting the prosperity zone of our lives. But when anyone starts manifesting against us, it's going to affect every part of our life. So there are people in the Divine Masculine or the Divine Feminine's life, take it as it resonates, who have been energetically maybe not so supportive of this couple, not supportive of them working together, of them being together. That is changing, and as it changes, as the masculine and feminine work more together, that's when they start seeing more of this prosperity. And the star wasn't upright. Sorry. The Star card, for me, it usually talks about hope and achieving a lot of great things in life that you want to achieve. I also got, mind you, I shuffled these a lot. I got, right after the Star card, the Empress card again. We all know what we're going to go with the same vibe as what the masculine was getting off of that. And the Three of Wands. She's just kind of looking out. She's got choices for things she can do, but this was for the Divine Masculine and Feminine, so there's no she here. It's just in terms of energy. The Divine Masculines, there are Divine Feminines. There are choices. There are choices on our horizon, things that we can choose from. But I personally will take a lot of hope in this message that the outside influences are going to start going away, because this here needs to look like that. People working for the couple. People working to support the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. And I will always take the Star card as a good sign. The Empress definitely in this case. And the Three of Wands, definitely take that as a reminder that we have choices. Lots of doors opening up for us. But choices in new people coming into, and this is not just for where the masculines have made their choice. Sometimes even when they've made their choice, they haven't made it known. These choices are open to the females too. A lot of divine feminines have soulmates coming in, and a lot of choices that could very well take their attention off of the divine masculine, if that's what they choose, if this journey has been too hard for them. I think the advice, as I see it, as I'm taking it right now, see, I want to see what these other cards were that flew out real fast. Yeah. Bottom of the deck, the Hanged Man. We are in a period where we need to wait for things, but there's a lot of hope there. There's a lot of messages that choices, that's been coming up a lot, both in the physical world for me and in readings, in spiritual messages. A lot of choices, or well, maybe I should say a lot of opportunities for interaction with the same couple of choices. And it's definitely been confusing and interesting, to say the least. And what came out was the Sun card. Strength, perseverance, faith. Well, to the vast majority of you guys, to the masculines and the feminines, I would say with this reading, some enlightening things came through on both sides. All we can do is listen with an open mind. Again, if it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't resonate with you, then this reading wasn't for you. But for those of us that it resonates for, take it to heart like you would anything else. I mean, if you did anything else in life, if we weren't talking about a couple or a person or love energy, if it was anything else in life, and you just have to ask yourself, who do I want to be? What is my end goal? Because in the end, you can't live divine feminines. You can't live for the divine masculines. You can't. And divine masculines, in the end, you can't live for the divine feminines. We get your logic. But you also have to remember that no man or woman is an island. So sometimes we have to decide if what we want is to allow other people in. We have to figure out what that looks like. How unconditional is our love? How ready are we for this type of love? Because it is transcendent, and it is beautiful, and it is amazing, and it is the most wonderful thing I have ever felt in my whole life. So, no matter what the outcome, I wouldn't turn back for anything. Anyway, need a drum roll there. Too melodramatic. Way too much in that feminine. So, you all have a wonderful week. Rest of your week. I hope everything goes well for you. I hope that Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor on a very positive note. Keep your thoughts positive. Keep your smile on. And everything else will be okay. I have faith in humanity. And a hell of a lot of faith in my twin flame. Have a wonderful day, guys.